What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It is episode number 2. Hope you guys are doing good. Coming on the back of the series opener, we had a win on the opening day, the draw against Derby County away at Pride Park. 4 points taken for a possible 6, and of course the early knockout in the first round we entered of the EFL Cup to Stockport County. Of course, don't care about that, as we're solely focused on promotion from League One in our debut season with the Royals. Today we are returning with the final 3 weeks of the summer window, but don't expect to make any signings. Only just over £800,000 in the budget, and what we want to do with that money is hire ourselves another scout and get him sent out. We've got one currently scouting England right now. We'll get the first report back in today's episode too, so there's quite a few things to do today. Let's just crack straight on. One thing we do have is a bid from Newport County for Ben Elliott. This is one of our young players, but he's still got a couple years left in his deal, so we're not going to cash in there. We obviously sold 3 players so far. I'm still hoping to sell either one of David Button or Joel Pereira as well. But again, a very thin squad, 46 league games in a League One season. Got to make sure we keep at least enough depth here to cover when we do have some injury and fatigue problems. I'm not getting any bids at all at the moment for the seniors that I currently want to sell, including David Button. So I'll be honest here, I think we might be done for player sales, so no opportunity to raise the money. So let's just dive into the first game of today's episode. It is indeed Fleetwood Town at home. 1 on the opening day before the draw away at Pride Park, looking for back-to-back home wins and 7 points taken from a possible 9. Fleetwood, our first game today. Come on, Reddit. Yeah, I definitely do want to have 3 scouts in the youth staff, but the problem is if we hire a poor scout, it isn't really worth much. We're not only wasting money on bringing him in, but also sending him out on a mission. And he's obviously not going to be a scout that we'd look to keep for the long term anyway, only short term. So I guess it just kind of poses the question: is it better not to hire a 3rd scout and just send the 2 out? Or do we get a 3rd one anyway? Tough decision. When you work with such a small budget, you got to spend your pennies wisely, you know. When you've got tons of money, you can do what you want and not really worry too much about the ramifications. When you work with a small budget, you got to make sure that every penny is spent wisely. Yes, the less money you currently possess, the more intelligent you need to be in managing that. Growing up working class, my parents tried to drill that message into me. Unfortunately, being a naive and foolish young boy I was, I didn't listen and had to learn it the hard way. But better to learn it later than never, I suppose. So with this Reading team, needing to be very careful with how we spend the small budget we've got. Again, I think there's a good chance I'll hold on. Yes! Keep hold of it, or at least a vast majority of it. And don't worry about the short term, worry about the long term. Keeping it, saving it, and waiting until I can grow it. Smith's first of the season, Reading in front. And as things stand, set for 7 points taken for a possible 9 in our first 3 games. An almost perfect start. God, was I a foolish young man in my early 20s, honestly. Should have listened to those who are wiser than me. As soon as I got money, I couldn't wait to spend it. If only I could go back in time and say to young Doxy boy, just keep hold of it. You don't need to spend it just because you got it. And every penny counts, believe that. 10 seconds of normal time to play. Nibs wraps it up with his 2nd goal in 2 league games. Reading getting back-to-back home wins and again an almost perfect start to the league season. 7 points taken from a possible 9. And it's a long season, but if you can fly out the blocks and gain some early momentum, that can hold you in really good stead in the latter stage of the season. 2 wins from 2 at Medeski. Perfect start for Reading. And as we have a bid here for Kelvin on the back of that win, of course we'll turn it down, just signed a new contract here. We should be about to see our first report back from our 9-month mission of England. And there it is. And we'll see who we've got. Again, oh my goodness, what I was just about to say. Working with a really low-rated scout means that we're probably not going to find too many gems. Having said that, this man right next to him, Reggie Pond, could be very good indeed. So we've just gone from one of the worst youth players I've ever seen to a really good start. 58 to 78 already. What a start. We just saw one of the worst I'd seen and then one of the highest rated I've had in this year's FC. Not sure the other's going to make it, but he looks really good. That's so funny. Talk about the duality of youth scouting. Just saw one of the worst we could have, and now we've got a really good one. Right back, Reggie Bond, 72 stamina already. Some decent technicals here. Very good defensive stats. I don't think he's got the height to play centre-half, that's for sure, but as a defence-minded right back, possibly in the same mould of our club captain as well, he could definitely be a really solid player, if not for the first 11, at least coming off the bench. He's not really got much pace, that's the thing. But he looks pretty solid, to be fair. As a right back, this guy could be a talent. Do you know what? I might just throw him straight in the first team, actually. I might just throw him straight in, because again, he's already 68 overall, which means he's good enough to at least come off the bench. I kind of like the idea of keeping Andy as our starting right back, but what's his potential? I saw the overall. What was the potential? It is an exciting prospect already. So that's a mid to high 80 overall potential play right off the bat. Now that is the bit of luck we really needed with this poor Reading team, and I don't just mean poor in terms of finances. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. We've got 4-star weak foot. I like that. We could play him left back actually if we sell Clinton Mola. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try and get the pace up. We'll get the work rates up from low, medium to medium high. I want the defensive work rate high to begin with straight away. And I might just throw this guy straight in at left back. To be fair, I like the look of this kid. The name's Bond, Reggie Bond. I'm not too sure if I can give him the number 7 for 007. He's taken a number 5 initially. I guess I could give him number 70, maybe, changing those numbers around. I don't know, but yeah, he looks a talent, man. Absolute talent. And that is the bit of luck we needed, man. We know this is going to be an incredibly tough challenge, and learning under Andy, the captain as well. That is so cool, man. I love that. We know it's going to be a tough challenge. So that's the bit of luck we were desperate for. Let's go into the second game then. Wycombe Wanderers away at Adams Park. Heading into this game again. 2 wins in our first 3 games and a draw. Our first away day draw at Pride Park against Derby. Now looking for our first away day victory here. If we can get this against the Chairboys, that'll be a fantastic start to the season. 3 wins in our first 4 games. Let's go get it. Come on, Reading. Kyrie to Nibs. Still dead odds to 0-0. Nothing going on as of yet. An hour into the game. As far as debuts go, Reggie's had basically nothing to do at left back. Which is good on one end. But it'd be nice to get at least one chance. We get one and score it as well. In a game, a few chances. If you get a good one, you're going to take it. Nibs with another third of the season already. Reading go in front. Far from convincing, not at our best certainly going forward, but back-to-back clean sheets, back-to-back wins, and now 3 wins from a possible 4 in the league and still undefeated in the 3rd tier as well. About as good of a start as I possibly could have hoped for from Reading. It's not perfect, but it's close to it. Really good start. Harvey Nibs as well. That's 3 goals for the season already for our attacking midfielder. Off to a really good start here. I like his versatility. I must say, I can play him up top, can play him on the wing, or where he is right through the middle. So again, there's basically no money to work with here. The real question is, do we go and hire another scout, or do we just keep the money? I think we might just keep the money, you know. I think it might be wise just to say, do you know what, we'll look close to Berkshire in the first season, and then from next season onwards, that's when we'll look to extend our scouting range, if you will. Could possibly send a 2-star scout out. Are we going to find anyone? I don't know about that. I'll tell you what, we'll play the following game anyway. That's Port Vale at home. This is the game that actually got abandoned in real life and needs to be replayed due to fan protest. It's safe to say after this start, there's no need to be protesting, at least for our on-the-pitch performances thus far. Port Vale at home, our following game, aiming to extend our unbeaten start. Come on, Reading. So as you would have seen pre-game, got a few issues with fitness, and that will be a problem during the season as well. When you're working with low-rated players, chances are their stamina is going to be quite low as well, as Femi tries to catch the keeper out of the near post. So regular rotation, especially in a long league season like we've got 46 league games, then sprinkle in some cup clashes as well. It's a long old season. So many midweek games. Yeah, rotation is going to be required. That's why we want a thick squad, if possible, to deal with that. Great start to the season, but again, it's early doors in a long campaign with tons of midweek games to come. Oh, as that header off the line keeps it at 0-0. It is going to be a tough season with so much rotation required. Still goalless here, keeping that pressure on as we go in search of the opener. And Savage is shot easily caught. Kelvin to Mukairu. And now Bond. Reggie. Oh, great delivery! And Femi hits it across the goal line, but no one's there to tap it in from close range. Great cross by Bond. Nice little cut back across the face, but no one there to convert what would have been the easiest tap-in of their careers. Still 0-0. Just got to keep this pressure going, man. Eventually it's going to pay off. Come on, keep it going. Oh, what a header that is. And instead, against a run of play, Port Vale have the lead. Typical. Being absolutely dominating, and instead we trail. Sometimes that is just how it goes in career mode, as well as sport and life as well. Down by 1, but plenty to gain to turn this round, man. Stay positive. Kelvin to Mukairu. Into the middle. Keep going. Come on, you got the pace. Off you go. Kelvin receives it. And Lewis and Aziz and Femi smacks in the level. And there we go. 10 after restart. Got out just deserves. Now let's go and win this. Yep, stay positive, my young kings and queens. Even if you do fall behind, don't worry about it, man. You've got plenty of time to turn it around. Stay positive. Put the work in. And believe you can turn it in your favour. Off the bar. Oh, man, we deserved a winner, man. We've played some good football, had some good chances, hit the woodwork. Surely going to find a winner. Nibs, all the time in the world. Bangs in the winner. And you've done all the right things. You just haven't had your reward. Keep on pushing and believe persistence will pay off. Harvey does it again. Yep, take that as a lesson right there, guys. Even if you've fallen behind, despite your best efforts, don't recede into yourself and capitulate. Just believe if you keep on doing the right things and putting the work in, you'll get your reward. Reading definitely did, from a goal down to winning it by a goal. What a start for the Royals. 4 wins and a draw in our first 5 games. Flying out the blocks, but the question is, can we maintain it? And as we turn down those bids there for 2 of our young defenders, I've got 2 names on the shortlist. Jordan Brown of Leyton Orient with some really good stamina, and that will come in handy for this Reading team with a lack of squad depth and so many games to come. And Sam Gallagher of Blackburn Rovers, can't get him anyway. These are just 2 players my scouts have found me, so I thought I'd put them on the shortlist anyway. But I just want to see if Leyton Orient wouldn't be against taking David Button, because really that's the only way we can sign a player, by swapping out one of the players we've got on the shortlist right now. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any kind of okay, well, they want one of my players but not a player I'm willing to part with. I can't get any bids for our 2 senior goalkeepers. So with that being the case, yeah, I don't think we'll be making a signing, man. The squad is small enough as it is. I think we'll just leave the team. Do they want do you know what? I might give them Harley Dean. If they want Harley Dean plus a little bit of money, I mean, I wouldn't be necessarily against that, but they don't want the players, and we ain't got the cash just to put a flat transfer fee in. So no, I don't think we'll make any signings this season with Reading. We'll just have to make do with the squad we've got, and any players we want, we're going to have to get through the youth academy. No way. And we've just seen a big bid from AS Roma for Reggie Bond. Yeah, they can't resist the lure of 007, or in this case, number 5. But no, of course we're turning that one down. We expect some bids for him, but he's just signed a pro deal here, and he's the future of our defence. So absolutely no way is he going anywhere, at least in the first season. Right, following game, the posh Peteborough United away at London Road, heading into this game. Excellent start for the Royals. The posh themselves off to a decent start in the playoffs. But if we can win this and possibly go top, what a start that will be to our first season at the Medeski. Peteborough United, our following game at London Road. Come on, Reading. Well, in a game between the Posh and the Royals, this is a game that even peasants wouldn't go and see for free. This was terrible. Cold as straw, nothing going on for the entirety. But to be fair, Peteborough United away, good side, off to a good start. It's not a bad point. Take the clean sheet, too. That's 3 and 4 games now. We do have a bid for Kanaya Boyce Clark, but that's a player that I don't want to sell. He's a young goalkeeper who I do quite like, to be fair. Only 20 years old, and whilst we've got free here and don't need the free, guys, can't you put a bid in for David Button? Honestly, man, take him. Don't take the young kid Kanaya. But deadline day said, I don't think we'll do anything, man. We're not getting any bids whatsoever for either. Again, Joel Pereira, who, to be fair, is off to a decent start between the sticks, or David Button Ives. With that being the case, I think we'll probably get through deadline day quite quickly, save the cash, and let it carry over. Got another bid for Kanaya as well. I don't know what his potential will be, but yeah, I've got no plans to let him go. I'd like to keep him here as a long-term backup. I can see him becoming in this team as an academy graduate of Reading as well. Bid for Jack Senga. Is he out of contract on the end of the season? Yes, he is indeed. 54 overall, and whilst he might only be 19, like I said, man, we do want to make sure we've got enough bodies here. We do want to make sure we've got enough squad depth, but at 19 years old, out of contract, I'd rather just take the cash and look to reinvest that into youth scouting instead. Might as well. So we'll get a little bit of money for him, get his salary off the books, albeit a very low salary, and we might possibly go and reinvest that. So again, it's only 210,000. It's not really much of anything, really. But again, when you're working with such a small budget to begin with, you'll take anything you can get. We do get a bid for Michael Craig from the Chair Boys as well. It's too late though. It's only 2 hours to go, so can't sell him now. And to be fair, he's got a bit of first team quality too, which is something that we will need in our first season if we are to keep up our charge for a top 2 finish come the end of the season. So there's a big comes in for Charlie Savage. But guys, it's only hours to go, man. Like, seriously, where were you? Had 10 hours to work with. Why put the bids in now? So yeah, on deadline, the top deals of the window were Hincapie to PSV, 53.2 mil. Di Lorenzo joins 350.5 mil. And Alphonso Davies off to Barcelona, 48.3 mil. We haven't got that sort of cash to splash yet, but no signings coming in the summer. And like I said, if we are to make signings, or get new players, I should say, it will be through the academy. Our budget on the back of the sale does now rise to just under £1 million. But you've got to remember, it's not just about hiring a scout and paying the money for his service, but also paying for the 9-month mission as well. We don't have the money to do both of those things. With that being the case, I don't think we'll hire another youth scout. What I will do is send my 3-star, 2-star out. And let's send him to... where should we go? Well, you know, there's so much animosity to the club's owner, Dai Yonge, due to the financial issues that they've had since his takeover. I wouldn't be against trying to bridge the gap by trying to find a good young Chinese talent to come through the academy, to be fair. But I feel as though that bridge was burnt a long time ago. So in fact, I think I'll go against that. I wouldn't mind, to be fair, looking for an American goalkeeper again, because you know Marcus Hanneman was Reading's goalkeeper during that 106-point record-breaking season, and we will need a goalkeeper long term with Joel Pereira and David Button in the final years of their deals. And I'm not sure what Kanaya Boyce Clark's potential actually is. So why don't we look for a new Marcus Hanneman, young American goalkeeper? With a 2-star judgment scout, we're likely to find very little talent. So why don't we be as specific as possible, American goalkeeper, and see if we can find the next Marcus Hanneman that ends up being as good as Tim Howard. Let's find out. Right, still a couple more games and try and get back to anyways here following contest. Shrewsbury Town at home right now, 1 point off the top 2 in third. And whilst playoffs is the bare minimum for us, I want us to get into an automatic promotion place as quickly as possible and try and stay there for as long as possible as well. Shrewsbury Town and Medeski next up. Come on, Reading. I don't quite know what Kanaya Boyce Clark's potential is going to be. Came through the Reading Academy. And again, eligible to represent Jamaica on the international stage. I don't think he was born in Jamaica, but has he got a cap for Jamaica? Actually, he might have got a cap for Jamaica. Thinking about it, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it would be great to find an academy goalkeeper as well that I could just throw straight in. My last 2 career modes, I've had 2 goalkeepers through the youth setup. If I can make it 3 on the trot, that would be really, really helpful for this low-rated and poor financially Reading team. Anyway, Andy through to Nibs. He's off to a hell of a start for us as Charlie finds Kelvin. Out wide is one of our, well, so far our only academy grad, Reggie. This is nicely worked here. Really nicely worked. Wonderful move. Reggie, oh, straight to keeper, but turns in the rebound. The name's Bond, Reggie Bond. It's a scrappy first goal in pro football, but you take it however you can. Bond off the mark, Reading in front. Go on, Reggie, you love to see it, man. Playing on the other side at left back, switching from right to left like he's gone from Donald Trump to Kamala Harris. And, hold on. Oh wait. Yes, 2-0 up. Makari with the finish, and Reading surely return to winning ways here. 2-0 up, 23 minutes in. Perfect start of Medeski. I must say, playing some really good football out there as well, man. Knocking the ball around really nicely. And this should be free. And it is. Nibs with another. What a start he's had to the season, and what a start to this game. Not even half time, leading by 3, returning to winning ways, and this is our best performance of the season thus far by a long shot. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Gotta say, man, great football getting played out there. It's not just a win, but it's a nice passing as well. Great team build-ups. That's what you want to see, man. A cohesive Reading team. Yeah, we're a poor team, both financially and technically as well. But if you can play some good football, spread the ball around, get everyone involved, get everyone feeling good, that's never a bad thing, right? And a 4th goal on the cards. It's just been a wonderful performance, and what a goal that is. Absolutely glorious team move. Mikaru gets his 2nd, Reading 4-0 up. This has been a demolition in Berkshire. I was planning on playing one more, Oxford United, the U's away at the Kassam, but on the back of a performance like this. So for new viewers to the channel, hopefully you're enjoying the 2nd episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, man. This save will be uploaded every day. For new viewers, I always like to end on a win. And I mean, this isn't just going to be a win, it's going to be our best performance of the season and a domination of a victory as well. Sam Smith gets our 5th, Reading running rampant here. That's yours, Reggie, all day, son. Well in. He is holding his own at left back, man. You love to see it. First goal in pro football today. And as things stand, set for another clean sheet with him as part of our back line. Mukairu sends him. And you might get an assist as well for Kelvin going through. Oh, it should have been 6. Good save, and that's the perfectionist in me, man. We're leading by 5. We look set for another clean sheet, return to winning ways, and I'm sitting there thinking I should have scored more. Yes, a practically perfect performance from the Royals with a 5-0 demolition job in Berkshire. And whilst we're still undefeated in our first 7 games with 5 wins and just the 2 draws, the fact we're still outside the top 2 automatic promotion places tells us all we need to know. It's been a brilliant start, but keep your feet on the ground. There's an awful long way to go. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with more big games in League One as we aim to keep up our charge to a fantastic start to the first season with Reading. We'll have more scouting updates as well. Looking for the next Reggie Bond to come through the academy, and we'll play our first games in the EFL Trophy as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.